Good morning. My name is Tracy Lee, and my grandchildren call me Sweet Tea. The reason is because my first name starts with a T, but I do live in the South where people love their sweet tea, so that may have something to do with it. Anyway, before I became a funeral director, I was a professional artist, and before that, I was a daycare provider. And I was a daycare provider because I wanted to stay home with my children instead of working out away from them. So I love being a daycare provider, and I love my daycare children. Even today, they're adults, and I still keep in contact with some of them, and I just love them. They're wonderful, wonderful children. Well, now they're adults, but some of them have their own children, but I just love them. So I live in East Texas, and my grandchildren live far away from me. And so because they're not here with me, I wanted to be able to communicate with them on a daily basis, which I do through FaceTime. But I wanted to have something that they could turn to in times of need, if maybe I'm not available or whatever the case may be. So when I was a daycare provider, I used to read stories to my daycare children at nap time. And so I've decided to do that for my grandchildren. And my hope is that you will share these stories with your grandchildren and your children, because they're stories that help shape children into wonderful adults. And I think that's very important. We have to have active parenting. And so I'm going to be reading these stories, and I have two different books I'm going to read from. One is the Book of Virtues by William J. Bennett. And this book is a marvelous book because it has stories that have wonderful messages and help children grow up to be wonderful people. And so if you want to get this book yourself and read along, that would be wonderful. I bought this one off of the internet used, and I probably paid, I don't know, between $2.50 upwards to $5 for it. So they're not expensive books. You can get them easily used, and you can also get them at your local secondhand store a lot of times too. The next book that I'm going to be reading from, and this one I'm reading from it's called The Book of Man. And the reason I've chosen this book is because it says right on the front, Readings on the Path to Manhood. And I have a little grandson, and it's very important that he grows into a wonderful, strong, honest, and good man. And so since I'm not there to be with him every day and help him with these lessons, I've decided to also read from this book for him. And I will put two playlists, one for the Book of Man and one for the Book of Virtues. And you just choose where you want to go and what you want to play for your children or grandchildren.